Alright, hey guys, so today I'll be doing this little gameplay which I haven't really done before. I've spent quite quite a bunch of hours in Football Manager and I don't really talk about it and I'm not sure why. Maybe because I find it a little bit boring to record for you guys, maybe because it's just not as fun actually playing it. As in like certain games, gameplay wise, the gameplay is fun to watch. You could sit all day, you could watch people play, and it's exciting to see what people can pull off. But in a game like Football Manager, there's little to no skill when it comes to hitting buttons. It's more so about your strategy and also a lot of luck, let me tell you that, because it works very well simulated to what real life is. And it's true that there's a lot of factors that are determined purely by luck, mainly player injuries, your chance of goals, your chance of getting a player on transfer because you didn't manage to piss off the opposition manager and stuff like that. So there's just so many factors that are put into this game that it's so amazing when you play by yourself because it really feels like a true simulation game. And honestly, as I've said before, I've played quite a few simulation games, and this is one of the better ones that I've played. This is by far the best football simulation game ever made, probably. And it might even be the best sports simulation game, I dare say. Although I haven't really played that many sports simulation games, I think this might just be a better one. I've played a few basketball ones, but nothing other than that. Like there's no golf simulation game. No, not really. There's a golf playing game, but simulation wise, as in management wise, this is done so beautifully well that it's just impressive. All right, regardless, enough of being impressed with the game. What am I here for today exactly? All right, so today I'm going to start a new game with a new database that has been uploaded by, let's see, who's this? PRO, I think. It's PR0. And this guy has a fantastic page. You can check out his updated databases. You can support his updated databases, and you can donate to them as well, because they do a really good job of maintaining these really high quality databases, and they really update, all the transfers, all the players. They add new wonder kits and stuff like that. And for those of you who are new to Football Manager, I will try to make this as introductory as possible. And first off, I will tell you that a Wonder Kid is basically a youth footballer who has a bright future ahead of them because of their high potential. And what are potentials? So to show you what potentials are, even for those of you who aren't entirely new but don't know what potentials are or how they work, there is a hidden value to every player that will determine their potential. And that hidden value is something that does not always get reached because it depends on the facilities that are provided to the player to develop. So, for example, if you have a young Lionel Messi in your team somewhere because he has a very high potential and he could be as good as Lionel Messi one day, your scouts may not know it well enough if you don't have good scouts. So, you need to have good quality scouts, you need to have good performance analysts, you need to have a good recruitment manager, and you need to have good scouts who are constantly also assigned to this player. And once you have all these done, the player's potential will be revealed, and then you have to nurture them. You have to have good facilities. You have to have good, they have to have good number of games, consistent gameplay, no injuries. There's so many factors. It's insane. All right. So in this new database that I got from PRO, I am gonna be removing a few here because I won't be using it in my current gameplay. So, Cype Riot new format. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, this sounds interesting. I'll leave it as is first. I'm probably going to remove a few nations that I won't be using. I might remove the Indian Super League. You know what? Maybe I should just keep it for my, for the sake of just supporting the country. You know what? I think it's fine. I think we'll just take the whole bunch and we'll see what happens. So I do have a bunch of other databases that I've played with, and the reason you want to get a new updated database is because as time goes on, if you want to restart a new game or you want to start with a new club, the database gets outdated because, of course, in real life, players get transferred, things change, managers get removed and stuff, and players get moved. And as a result, it's not the same. So you don't really get that feel that you're playing a game that's based on real life anymore. It's not very realistic simulation wise either, because you don't have that immersion, right? So a large database is fine. Let's see, we have the Skybet 2 and above. I think Skybet 1 and above is fine for me. French national and above is also pretty good. Bundesliga only. What's this? What league is this? Nation of interest. I see. Um, you know what? I may not keep that. Second division and above. I think that's fine. Let's remove this. Let's add a bunch of new leagues. Let's add Holland. Sure, why not? Ireland, maybe not. Italy, sure. Let's see. Wales, Spain, Scotland sounds interesting. I'm not going to probably add all these UK teams because I already have England, and I don't really think I want to add Iceland or Scotland or any of those. Actually, Iceland is not really. I mean, Ireland or Scotland. And I think I probably don't want to do that. Wales either, and just get like a little bit teams that are a little bit further out. Argentina and Brazil also produce quite a number of players. The only problem is that if they don't play for their national team, they will not qualify for a license to be transferred. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't know in real life, which is if you want to buy a player from, let's say, another country like Brazil, and they're a youth player, they may be really good. But unless they've played 30% of their national games, they will not qualify for a work permit in a club overseas. And this is a thing. This is a thing in football that people don't really know about it. So I'm going to add players to playable teams, and the reason I'm going to do that is because certain teams will be generated without available players in certain roles, and ticking this ensures that they all have sufficient players and everything runs smoothly. On top of that, I'm going to remove disabling attribute masking, and this is what allows me to see player potentials, and I'm going to use this as a way to be my own scout. So as for where I'm going to start this, I'll probably start in the latest possible time in 2020. I think the Champions Cup matches. Hmm. Vanarama Vanarama season, huh? Because if I'm not mistaken, right before October there is a transfer window. Um, Champions season. There we go. This is the start of the Skybet Champions season. This is Premier Division, of course. I could start all the way from the beginning of Premier Division. It will still be an updated database. I don't think it really matters. Let's see. Early Skybet, late Skybet. I think this is okay. Skybet 2, Skybet 1. Yeah, I think this is okay. Skybet Championship season, the start of it, which is like early September. I think this is okay because I may hit a transfer window, and that might allow me to make some small changes. So, let's just go ahead and click start. Yes, it's going to be a large database, which means the game is going to be a little bit slower than it would otherwise be. The more teams you add to the database, the slower the gameplay is, or rather, the slower the game is, but it doesn't affect your performance. It just affects the loading time between the time it takes to generate a new day or a new week. And that's pretty much it. Or to conclude certain matches. Like if there's more matches on that day, it takes more time to calculate because it's actually calculating out all your rivals' matches. And that's the most amazing part of Football Manager. It actually calculates out a lot of things. All the players of your rival teams, their stat changes, their improvements based on the facilities, their injuries, their yellow cards, their fines, their pays, their wages, their happiness, unhappiness, chances of being transferred by another card. Man, it's insane to think that this game can do all of this. I mean, it not only justifies the price of the game because of just how amazing the simulation and the performance of the game is, but it's sometimes just it's pretty captivating for a football fan. I think that's That's the most obvious answer. If you're a fan of football, this is something that you really got to do. You got to take a seat as the manager and feel what these guys feel, because we often complain about them when we watch games. But man, when you're in one of these, it's really difficult. All right, so um, for those of you who are new players who haven't tried it or maybe just started, got a little bit overwhelmed, I will try to walk through the important things to do. And I will go through it as minimalistic as possible, meaning I will not touch on things that are not important. I'll just go through things that you can do by yourself, like really immediately. And as for the rest of the things, you can probably just, leave it be. So this is a manager that profile that I've been using before. I'm just going to continue using it. It's just something I created by myself. So I'm going to be using Liverpool as well. They're predicted to finish second, and we will just take it on because it's my favorite team. And if I click pick a team from you, what will happen? They give me West Ham, huh? Interesting. I think because they're having problems with their manager. If I click it again, oh, it completely randomizes. Nah, that's okay. I'll just use Liverpool, my favorite team, and I will go for the managerial style. I think this is fine. I'm not going to make any changes. Everything here is just purely within the rules of the game. There's nothing special. I'm going to start playing. Some people may want to add additional managers so that they can have an assistant manager or a technical director or another club's manager that they also want to play. And that's a pretty insane thing, actually. It's a lot of multitasking. So they welcome me to the club. They give me a little bit of the club's history, fantastic history. A lot of clubs in England have brilliant histories, I must say. This is what it turns out to be the existing team and high profile team. And it looks like Thiago might still be playing. Is that true? Is he not injured? It looks like he is still playing at this time. Usually Thiago is pretty ridden with injury, and I'll probably show you why. So let's see, what do they want from me? Sign players under the age of 23. This is a typical thing that they ask for. But it's good that they don't say do not sign players above the age of, there's a certain figure that they give. I would prefer not to have those restrictions. If you see, like they say, don't sign anyone above the age of 30, try to remove it if you can negotiate it out. And the reason you want to do that is because there are certain players above the age of 30 that just don't renew their contracts for their existing clubs, and they're really good players. They just fail to renew their contracts, and as a result, other clubs want to swoop them up because they can just pay them better and keep them. So yes, we want to do all these. We want to get all the media and stuff going. So I'm gonna go and save my stuff in the cloud. I'm going to replace a recent game that I believe I may not be going back to again. So I'm gonna replace that and take charge at Liverpool as a new manager. Right, so this is a bunch of contract expiries that they'll warn me about. And there's Nat Phillips, Tom Clayton, and Oscar Kelly. So we're going to just apply the recommended action because generally these players don't have a lot of potential. But if they're new gens, you might want to keep an eye out because it is possible that their potential hasn't fully been determined. So your manager's advice may not necessarily be the right advice. So that's just something to take note of. So here we go. Let's go to, okay, this is going to ask you to create a tactic. So just read through your other messages first. They're going to ask you to do certain things. You can negotiate this. They want to win the Premier Division. Really? What's our standing? Um, Tomorrow we are playing. Oh no, we're playing a friendly. So we haven't started this season yet. Oh, we do. We have a big chance. Oh, we have a big chance. Yeah, no problem. FA Cup reached the finals and Champions Cup reached the semi-finals. I see. And the Carabao Cup is not important. I see. It's just why Liverpool turns out never winning the Carabao Cup. Anyway, let's see. Okay, I think we'll just accept it. You can negotiate it, but usually in the first time it's better to just accept it, unless there's something completely, as I said, like the don't sign above 30 and stuff. You just want to just make it easy for you, remove those things. So they have some squad selection rules, and we need to get those done eventually. It's not really a problem now. The transfer window is in progress, so what we can do is check the schedule, go to calendar, and we can see when the transfer window has started. So let's see. The transfer window closes on the 5th, and it probably started just before we took over, so it's not being shown. But it's currently ongoing, and we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 weeks to get our transfers done. So I think that's a good amount of time. We have a month. A month is pretty good. So okay, look to use youth facilities. Okay, fine. Fabinho is suitable to take penalties. We're gonna ignore these because the games will still pick the best takers for you during gameplay. So you don't have to add these takers one at a time. Let me tell you that. The first thing, you don't have to add these because the game will just pick the player with the highest attributes to take these free kicks, corners, and penalties, and you just want to leave them be, unless you feel that you want to put a specific player and you feel that they have a higher chance. And the only reason you would feel that is, for example, for free kicks. Let's say Van Dijk has a very high free kick chance, right? Where is it? Free kick taking. So he has 13. So let's say he has very high free kick taking. But if his finishing is low, it still reduces his chance of scoring. I believe it's not a 1-to-1, but it's like free kick taking gives you like 0.8 or something, and finishing gives you like 0.3 or 0.4. So if you don't have those two factors, like together, Van Dijk will not be able to score free kicks that well. So I'm going to ignore this as well. So if you do have a player that you feel like maybe Trent, who has a slightly better finishing and is a way better free kick taker, you just want to leave him be. So all right, after reading through these, we have to get our tactics sorted. So I'm going to click this to create a new tactic. So I usually go with the tiki-taka or gegenpress. I'm going to try to go with tiki-taka, and I'm going to try to actually, you know what, I have my own custom style. I'm going to load one of my custom style, and I call it Ruben press. It's hilarious. And this is my attacking style. Essentially, we don't spend a lot of time in midfield. We push the wings and get the ball up as fast as we can across the pitch. So a lot of gameplay is done in the back line and in the front line, and not so much in midfield. This is not very good if you want teams that control midfield. This is a very poor style. However, I have recently shifted to not have the defensive midfielder and I have two midfielders. This gives me slightly more control in midfield, and this also, I feel, sort of narrows the pitch a little bit, just to help me get the ball down. If I need to get it to the middle, it's not so bad. All right, so I'm going to change this to positive just because I feel the attacking style is a little bit, like it's okay, but I would rather have it a bit more passive. So you want to go for either the cautious, balance, or positive gameplay, depending on your style. If you like to play more defensive, you can go with cautious, play counter attack. One main striker in the front or two strikers, and then the rest are all in defensive duty. You can play balance if you're going for a 4-4-2. You can go for positive attacking and very attacking if you're going for uh, you know uh, more offensive style. You know what? I'll stick to attacking. It's fine. So my attacking width is not the fairly wide width, it's a standard width. We're just gonna go with a normal, what do you call this, attacking style. And the reason for this is because I'm using inside forwards and not wingers, and we're gonna change this. We're gonna go with a little bit more unique gameplay. I'm gonna go with fairly wide. Passing directness, I'm gonna make this much shorter. I want extremely short passing, a lot more tiki-taka. Mixed crosses is fine, but whipped crosses is interesting. And what's the difference, you may ask? It will give it to you when you just put your mouse over. So these make it very fast dipped balls, and these are this is good for if your team has a lot of height, right? So these are not random. You want to make sure you know what's happening here. This is good for players with height. These are really fast crosses, and it's good for players that are not too tall but fast players, meaning players that have pace. These are good for players that are not tall, but they have good finishing. So if the like for example, Liverpool players generally they lack size, as it says, but they are quicker off the mark. So this is also pretty good for us. Whip crosses is just that it's gonna make it very difficult for the defenders to deal with. So whipped or low is both good for like a club like Liverpool. But maybe if you're playing with someone like Jamie Vardy in Leicester, you want to go with floated because he's pretty tall and his hitting is pretty good. So there are things like that that actually you should probably take into account. So I'm gonna go with low crosses. Whipped is also pretty good because we do have some people who can hit, like Firmino's hitting is pretty good despite his height. So there are things like that, but right now we don't really have a player with very much height, so we want to take that into account. You could also essentially focus play down a specific lane, but I don't bother. I just play out defenses and let the players take some creativity into gameplay. You could take the be more expressive or be more disciplined, but I've always had better luck not taking any of these. Let the players decide whether they want to dribble or not, and whether they want to express or not, depending on their natural flair and natural, decision making and composure. I think that's a little bit better. So the tempo of the Gegenpress is really high, and it puts a lot of strain on your players. It tires them out very fast, especially the flanks and the forwards. It also, what do you call this, increases the risk of injuries. So if you feel your players are getting a lot of injuries, you want to reduce this tempo. And one way I found that easy to do without completely changing the game is from slightly shorter passes, I go to much shorter passes. And as a result, my tempo automatically drops. You can see this. So this is higher. This is extremely high. But what happens is when I go over here, this is slightly higher. This is slightly lower, slightly higher, and much higher. So you see the difference. Slightly higher, higher, and extremely high, it drops to much higher. And this is a small little factor that I noticed. And it has reduced the number of injuries. Not by much, but it has, and it does. So for me, I feel this is good enough because my players are physical monsters. Liverpool players are pretty physically, they're pretty insane. Their stats are pretty insane, especially like Salah, Mane, and Roberto Firmino. Those guys' stats are pretty insane. You have to see it. Counter pressing, yes, we're gonna counter attack. We're gonna distribute the flanks. We're gonna push out the flanks. Out of possession, we're gonna push the opposition outside, force them outside. We're gonna put a standard defensive line but a higher line of engagement, thus increasing the gap in midfield a little bit, and this will force our flanks to rush out. And tackling, we're going to stay on our feet as much as possible. This will reduce fouls, reduce risk of injury as well, and you just generally want to reduce fouls. It's safer, especially in cup matches. You don't really want to do this. You can change this game to game, but I prefer to just leave it be. I'd rather use tighter marking and rely on players that can mark really well, such as Matip and Van Dijk. They're really good at marking, so I rely on them for marking and stuff. All right, so that's it. So now we got our tactics set. I think this will be good enough. Now we want to make sure our positions here are pretty well done. I like to use a complete forward. You can use anything else differently, but I just prefer using complete forward because I feel that the striker needs to be able to do, pretty much anything. Anything that's thrown at the striker has to go into goal, and they also have to be good at deciding when to move forward, when to move back, and sometimes what do you call this? Roam from position is actually useful because and move into channels because it allows them to allow the other players to move up as well, and they don't try to score just by themselves. They rely on other people. I use an advanced playmaker, and you can use them on support or attack. Attack just increases the chance of dribbling, and I prefer to do that. Now for these inside forwards, I'm going to change them a little bit into wingers. And what this does is it allows them to cross more often. Actually, you know what? Cross less often. Hmm. I want to switch to the winger tactics, but I believe that until we get the forward problem sorted, this will not be very easy. Okay, let's take for example, let me just quick pick this, okay? So this quick pick, when you click it, it's done by a specific person. So for example here, selection advice. So what do you call this? Mr. Linders is the one that's actually making the decision. So I want to change this to maybe Alex Inglethorpe or maybe a fitness coach. They will make slight changes that determine who should be a striker and stuff like that. So you can see some slight changes. It's not much, but let's see. Let's see who he gives. So far, there's not many changes. Yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that all these people have similar opinions, so it's not really a problem. I'm gonna leave Alex because he's, I feel, a slightly better judge of character, and gonna leave it be. All right, so he gives us a random squad to work with. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna click Salah and just check whether he's suitable to act as a winger. And what I'm gonna do is inverted winger attack. Let's see. So the role for an inverted winger and a winger are pretty different. Pretty different. Well, we definitely want him on the attack. We don't want him on the defensive option of things. We want him on the attack, but what it does is it doesn't use his finishing, huh? Mm, I see. Space investigator. A wide poacher. Right. Right. This is also a decent option. The thing about this role is it doesn't utilize his insane dribbling skills. So an inside forward is still the best role for these guys. You know what? I think I'll leave it be. We'll make do with the inside forwards for now. So inside forwards on attack, complete forward and attack, advanced playmaker. I would like my midfielders to be box to box. You can do this a little bit differently. You can essentially have two deep lying playmakers. That's also another thing that you could do. This is another tactic that I've tried to some success. What we do is deep lying playmaker and no, you know what? Actually, roaming playmaker. Yeah, there we go. So Thiago, I believe, is always good as a deep lying playmaker that holds his position. He also does a bunch of tackling, like he uses his tackling skills. So like Naby Keita, for example, may be pretty good in this role. Dribble less, hold position. There we go. And they do a lot of their play in the backline. This is really good for teams that are going for a very defensive play style. But you know what? I think I'll stick to my box to box. I think that's pretty much the ideal way that I've found things to work. You could even use a deep lying playmaker a little bit upfield in the regular playing position. And the middle one could be, yeah, the advanced playmaker. This is also a thing we can do. Hmm. Hmm. Should I just go with the defensive midfielder play? It's also an option, right? Because we do have someone like Fabinho, Keita. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the attacking midfielder. I'm not gonna go with the defensive midfielder. It's not really my playstyle. Just the way it is. Right. So once I've got my team strategy sorted, so I'm gonna change these to box. Change this to box as well. This will be attacking midfield. Okay. So now, picking your team. So once you've got your strategy sorted, don't worry about picking your team first because you're gonna have what do you call this? Your match coming up. So when your match comes up, you can figure that out a little bit better. So you just want to read through these, and once all of these are read through, you can just continue. Okay, and now you come to the next day when training starts. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your staff. You want to get this thing sorted. You want to check if you have any problems here. Liverpool is in great position right now, so I don't really need to hire or fire anyone. But here we realize we have way too many scouts. There's way too many scouts, and they're just taking money from us, and we're not going to use them. Here we may need a sports scientist, and we definitely need physios, considering how many injuries we face. So what you want to do is you want to go to staff search, and I'm just gonna go and search up some stuff here. So we want to get some sports scientist. So let's go to quick first. Staff role, medical sports scientist, and let's do that. Okay. And here we can actually see their ability to do certain things. So we're going to go to their coaching. Is it sports science? What is it? Mental, medical. There we go. Sports science. So let's sort them by sports science. And we do have some free agents, which is very good. So let's see. 69 years old, but you're a fitness coach. You're a sports scientist, 27 years old. This guy is great. I'm gonna approach to sign him. For 5 years. Let's just cut it down like 2 notches. I'll just like to hit this twice or thrice, just to try my luck and reduce some of my expenditure. There we go. Fair enough. I'll make do with it. I still want a very good sports scientist, and this guy's excellent. Let's see what you do. Sports scientist 19. Let's try to approach to sign this guy as well. Head of sports science. No, I'm gonna walk away. I don't want a hit right now. We could get a hit maybe later. I think the current hit is sufficient. Plus, you lose a lot of money when you fire people. So, approach is sign. Sports scientist, 5 years. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's suggest that. He accepts it. That's great. No problem. So now we got two sports scientists that's going to be coming in, and that will help us pump up some of our sports science numbers. So what we can do is we can request. Oh no, I think I can't do it yet. But I essentially want to request for one additional position for sports science. So the second thing we want to do is we want to hire some physios. So let's go and get some physio search. Medical physio. There we go. And let's see. This guy's a free agent. Sure, let's approach his sign. He wants to be head physio. Who's our head physio now? This guy. What's his? He's at 19. It doesn't make much of a difference, 20 and 19. Honestly, it doesn't. So I'm not gonna pick him up. I wanna just get a regular physio. Let's try to sign this guy. This guy is in Norwich. Let's give him a 5 years. I think a 1.6 is good enough. I'm just gonna drop it a little bit. He accepts it. There we go. We got a physio. Excellent. We need one more physio. Let's try Rob Price. He's a hit physio in Leeds. So he will demand hit physio. We don't want that. If your physio is younger, like this guy maybe 37, it's a higher chance they won't look for hit roles, and it's a good chance that they'll last with you for a really long time. Yeah, and they don't mind a slightly more salary, like negotiation wise. You can drop the salary a little more as well, and they would accept it. Okay, so we've got two physios and we've got two sports scientists coming. I mean, I need to increase the number of sports scientists shortly, but we'll worry about that when they arrive. When essentially when the people arrive and there's too many, you can request the board on the spot, and I think that's good enough. Okay, now we want to decrease the number of scouts that we have actually. So let's see. Which scout is not good at judging player potential? That's essentially what we want to do. So we just filter these downwards. We already see 3 scouts who are crap at judging potential. There's 2 more here. And there's a few more here. These are 14. 14 is okay. It's not the worst. But you know what? We're going to remove them because we're going to be our own scout. 15 onwards we'll keep. So all of these scouts, we're going to do a contract mutual termination. We'll lose a bunch of money, but it's going to save us money in the long term because we don't have to pay them. So that's just the way it is. Right. So now that we've got rid of all these, what do you call these scouts, we can check on our other stuff for the 23 team. 23 team definitely needs coaches. They need a much better defense attack coach. And 18 just needs slightly better goalkeeping coach. And it's important because they develop better youth players for you to take into your senior team. So what we can do is get another goalkeeping coach first. So let's go to staff. Let's go to staff search for a coach, goalkeeping coach. And then what you can do is you can add a condition. Coaching, no, not that one. Where's the general job preference? Is it employment preferred job? There we go. Is coaching goalkeeping coach. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, small difference, but you know what? Actually, the preferred job is not my concern, is it? Nah, never mind. It's fine. Let's go to coaching attributes. We'll go through them a little bit. So, I want the goalkeeper handling to be as high as possible, and then, of course, the what do you call this, shot stopping, and then the distribution as well. So let's just sort these out this way. We see a lot of greens already. Handling is actually the most important, but this is also a pretty good stat. So what we can do is, okay, you know what? Let's actually filter some of these stats, right? Okay, let's get these three stats. Let's just do a 19. Here we go, 19, 19, 19, 18, 18, 18, 17, 17, 17. So I think we'll hire all the ones that have 17s, right? So this guy is 19, 16, 16 is pretty good actually. So we have to try our luck as well because not all of them want to be under 18 coaches. So let's see. Goalkeeping coach. Okay, you know what? Let's check our overview. Our senior team coach is fine. Under 23. It's only under 18 that we need for. So what we do is let's go back to staff. Let's try to get these sorted. Staff search. Preferred job. No. Employment. Coaching style, coaching qualifications. Club job. Nah, you know what? Let's just do this. We can insert a column here. Job. There we go. Nope, that's not very helpful. Okay, never mind. This is age XP. This guy might be a little bit more okay with this. Trying to pull him to another lower team. There we go, under 23. So let's ask him whether he can do under 18s goalkeeping coach. Let's give him a 5-year contract. Just ask him if he's okay with 3K. He wants to be the 23s goalkeeping coach. So let's see. I don't see the under 23s goalkeeping coach. Do we have him? Do we even have one? Coaching team. Job. Goalkeeping coach. Goalkeeping coach. I think it's all the same, is it? Under 23s? Coaches? Goalkeeping? Um, Wait a minute. Do we even have the... Let's see. Okay, it's me. Coach. Okay, this is the normal one. Okay, 23. Manager, fitness coach, goalkeeping coach. Is this guy. How's your stats? It's terrible. It's really bad. Okay, you know what? In that case, hmm, um, in that case, huh? I don't mind trying my luck with a bunch of these guys actually. Yeah, okay. So who was the one we approached? This guy, Rene, right? Rene for the under 23s. You know what? I'll do it. We'll kick out the current under 23s coach to bring you in. That will help us quite a bit. Let's check this guy. 47. Are you willing to be an under 18s coach? Under 18s goalkeeping coach. Are you willing to do that? No, he only wants to be a regular goalkeeping coach. So, adios. What about this guy? Oh, not this guy. This guy. 60 years old. Wow. 35. There we go. A little bit younger. Might stand a chance to get him into the under 18s. Might. Otherwise, we have to go to look for someone with even lower stats. So I'm going to walk away. I'm going to drop these a little bit more. Let's see. What about this guy? He's wanted. He's a free agent. How old are you? He's 62 years old. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to add their age because it's getting a little bit tricky. Age. There we go. Give me someone who's really young, like 30. Yeah, 30. There we go. 36, 35. But they are in really good clubs though. 36. Alfred. Okay, let's see whether you are willing. Coaching under 18's goalkeeping coach. Let's pump the years up. Let's drop these a little bit. No, I really need you for under 18s, man. Come on. Nah, he doesn't want to. All right, I think we're gonna have a trouble with the under 18s coach for a while. I could muddle over this, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it be. It doesn't really matter. We can figure it out as time goes on. But essentially, we won't be producing many good under 18 players, but the under 23s will still be okay. We also need a good defense and attack coach, so we'll be doing that now. Let's see. Staff search. Coaching. Coach. Okay, there we go. Coaching attacking, coaching defending. If you want to attacking, defending, okay, get those up. So these are the only two good coaches, really? Really? Staff role, any? How about that? I see. Okay, so they are some of them are literally head of youth development. Wow. Mm. Okay, we do want this guy. This guy's stats are insane. I want you as a coach. How do you do? Do pretty well as a coach, especially a technical coach. Right. Let's see. I want you to be a coaching coach. A coaching coach, yeah. And I want to go with 11K, just half of that. See whether that works. He wants to be the head of youth development, and ours is Alex Inglethorpe, right? Yeah. The thing about head of youth development is this, it has nothing to do with the coaching aspect, technically. Like you can get them to be coaches, but you have to kick out the current one, and I can't afford to do that. That's crazy. Some of them are technical directors. Preferred job as technical director, really? Mm. Okay, I'm gonna add general preferred job. Where is it? Employment preferred job. There we go. Is coach. Coaching coach. All right. So let's drop these a little bit. And let's see if we can luck out a little bit. I think we have to go stat by stat. There's not really much of a choice here. So you're gonna have to go with the attack stat separately, defense stat separately, and then see if we can find someone. This guy's got a pretty high defense stat. Neil Thompson, huh? Yeah, you know what? We'll get him. We will need you for, let's see. Where is it? Staff, uh, under 23s, under 23s, defense and attack. Okay, that's what we need you for. So here we go. But will you be willing though for the under 23s? Unless we just hire more coaches, you know? Okay, let's get Pat Lyons first. I think this guy is highly likely to want to be a coach because now he's the under 23s manager and he's not happy about it, as you can see. So we may have a high chance of getting him as a coach. Coaching under 23s coach. There we go. Yeah, he agrees. Okay, so we got one under 23s coach. That's one problem solved. And he has good attack and defense options. He's good technically and tactically. That's also really good for us. We could get one more. Let's see. There's another 23 under 23s manager here, but his preferred job is coach. So these are people we can easily coax. Mm, Manager of West Ham's under 18s. I see. That's really interesting. Let's see if I can get you to be coaching under 23s coach. There we go. At Liverpool. It's a good offer. There you go. We got it. All right. So we got our two coaches. Excellent. So we got two under 23s coaches coming in, and they will help us sort all these problems out. Under 23s are fine. It's not that big of a problem. I just want to see if our sports scientists all that can work out pretty well. Okay, so once you sorted out these stuff, you want to go to responsibilities and you want to go to overview. These are basically all of your staff's existing responsibilities. So what you want to do is you want to go to board and start checking. These are your board members just to recognize who they are. You know who they are. It's not really that important, but they will be asked upon during certain press conferences. And then there's the regular staff. So normally the things I delegate out are, let's see, I take all of these usually. I take these, I take these, I delegate out who determines the, what do you call this, course undertaking. But all the hiring and firing, I completely take. So I'm going to delegate out all the courses. I'm going to take all the hiring and firing. And then there's a tab here for contracts. Don't miss this. You want to try to take up as many of these as you can. Yeah, you want to take up as many of these as you can, because if you want full control of your club, you do want to really help your 23s and your under 18s. It's really important. Advice and reports. These are who will give you certain reports and advices. As you can see, the director of football is Michael Edwards is not very good at certain things, so you want to give these to the chief scout Dave Fallows. Just give it to him. He will do a slightly better advice. It's not really a big difference. It doesn't really matter. It's just slightly better. I wonder how these people actually feel about it, having their stats online, where people can decide if they're good or not. So, and there's a lot more breakdown of certain things in the email. I usually don't bother with them. I just tell them, just give it to me. I'll just spacebar through them if I have to. So, other than changing this first thing, the rest of these I don't really bother with. I go to scouting right away and I take control. And this allows you to assign your scouts essentially. And it doesn't matter whether you have this control, because you can still override it. But this will force your scouts to, I mean, you can specifically assign scouts for certain cases. But if you don't really want to do it too much, you can just delegate them. But you can handle your own scouting as well, and then let your scouting team do things by yourself as well. That's totally up to you. So let's just click delegate. Let's see. Oh, no, no, no. It should be oppositional analysis report. Oh, no, crap. I changed this, right? Scout feedback. Scout feedback should be chief scout. Yeah, okay. Scouting. Okay, let's see. I think the rest of these are fine. Yeah, the rest of these are fine. Okay, let's go to transfers and contracts. So over here, initiating player signings, you want to take full control. You want to take full control. Initiating signings, take control. Incoming offers, take control. You don't want to give anything to your AI, because you really don't know what they will do. Finding development loan for young players. This is the only thing that you can delegate, so that your loan manager does this. It's the only thing that's a little bit easier to delegate out. Contracts, you don't want to delegate these. You want to handle your contract negotiations. And when you offer players to clubs, okay, this is a little bit important. So when you want to sell a player, right? You can offer them at 150, and a lot of clubs will not buy them, but it's okay, because if they will start negotiating at this price, so at least you can bring them down to the closest possible value. If you start 100%, they may negotiate lower, and you'll be trapped where you're trying to negotiate higher and they just cancel the deal. You could even be a total dickhead and go for 200%, but no, this is a higher chance. Also transfer list player and set a surplus requirements. So all clubs learn of these transfer availability. So when you offer to clubs, if you tick this, what happens is certain players will be transfer listed, and that might upset them. And sometimes you don't want to upset your players, but you merely just want to offer them to a certain club. So don't tick this. Okay, don't tick this. This is good because it puts them on the transfer list. But some clubs, if they want a player, they will request for them even if they're not transfer listed. They will inquire about them. So you don't want to tick this. It's just something that I did it for so many runs, and I realized that it's actually not a very good option. Now for the outgoing developments, playing wage 100%, unused wage 80%, maybe even 50%. It's totally up to you. You could go for a 80-80, just so that they offer you a slightly higher. But for me, I prefer if they want to play 100, they rather just pay 100% of the playing wage and 100% of the unused wage, so that the players still get paid and I'm not paying for them. Because I believe that my club has good development facilities, and I use a lot of my youth on rotation. So This is just an option that I use for players that are not that good actually. The good players I keep. I don't send them out because I don't trust them getting injuries in other clubs because other managers don't know how to use them. So there's that. Playing time. They have to be a squad player. Any nation is fine. Facilities have to be good. If they're not good, if they're below this, right, the player won't reach their potential. If they're above this, they have a higher chance of reaching their potential. But don't go with great or excellent. Great or excellent clubs may not want to loan players; they just buy them. So that's a thing. Allow him to play in club matches. I'm going to untick this because it limits the number of players you can register. Allow him to recall. This is important. Keep this ticked. In between transfer windows, if you want to recall a player, you can. Also list player as available on loan, so all clubs learn of his loan availability. This is important. Tick this. Once you're done this, flip this to under 23. Tick the use first team setting, and under 18 will follow suit. Confirm this. This is important. So now you've done these, all of these will be confirmed. Let's just check on the advice and reports, stuff and stuff. Okay, all these look good. So let's go to media. For me, I am done handling the media. You guys can totally have fun with your press conferences and your broadcast interviews or whatever. But the only thing I do is I delegate these out, all of these, and I only handle new signing press conferences. So I'm going to confirm that. It's just something that I like to do. The rest of it is like whatever. The assistant manager can handle it. Okay, let's see. General training. Okay, so you can leave the AI to handle the general training. The AI does it pretty well. But individual training is something you have to handle. It's really important. Receive training emails. Um, so individual training, I'm going to take control, take control. I'm going to confirm these. And individual training is going to take a while for you to distribute. It's a bit of work, but it's going to be worth it in the end because your players will do exactly what's important for you based on your play style and all, because only you know what you want your players, how you want your players to play and stuff like that. And then there's tactics. These are fine. You want to delegate these out. You don't need to spend time preparing these oppositional instruction tactics and stuff. It just doesn't matter. So let's delegate these out and confirm these. Let's check whether I actually forgot to confirm something. I think I might have. There we go. Let's take control of these. And let's go to contracts. Let's take control of these. Let's take control of these. Let's confirm these. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we've confirmed that. So I actually missed out the confirm button on some of those. So yeah. Dave Fallows, let's confirm this. Scouting. Okay, all right. Looks pretty good. All right, so training is done. Tactics. Okay, tactics, opposition instruction. Okay, all that doesn't matter. Match. Now, touchdown instructions, I handle it. Team talk, I handle it. Friendly matches, I handle it. Backroom staff can arrange the friendly matches. Just be careful when you have this option ticked, especially when you're close to the league starting. Because what happens is your backroom staff are idiots. They will arrange matches like 3 days before a Premier League match, and your players will be injured, and you can't play the match. This is absolutely stupid option. So you want to try to make sure that if there's a friendly, especially like right now, like in our case, there's some friendly matches here, and we have this Premier Division match, and you see this gap. We have like a 3-day gap. This is okay, but not ideal. Ideally, you want to have this like 4 or 5 days before, so the players have enough rest and you don't risk injuries. But this is still okay, and plus, since you're joining as a new manager, you want to see how it really takes place, so that's not so bad. So let's go back. So now I don't really have to worry about friendlies so much, but just something for you guys to remember. Okay, and then this is a good thing. This is a feature that I like. Make unfit players, first team players available for this team, for under 23, and also for under 18. This means that if your players are not fit in the first team, they're lacking match sharpness or anything like that, they can be refreshed under the by playing a match for the under 23s or under 18, whichever match that they're legal to play in. That's also important. So let the other managers do their job. Arrange a friendly if no fixtures during the week. So I think this is a new thing that they added. Because it was this last time. But if there's no future, I think if arrange a friendly every 2 weeks, every week. More reserved for youth players are lacking match sharpness. I think this option is fine. We'll leave it. Team manager arranges friendly matches. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's confirm this. Also be careful when you're scrolling here because you could scroll and flip this. So just be careful when you're scrolling in the screen. Just a little tip for you guys. Okay, so we have handled our staff. That's just the staff part. We did a little bit of practice, a little bit of staff. Now it's the training part. You want to make this a practice. Over here, half intensity. Make this half intensity. Make these two normal. Okay. Why? When you make this automatic, right? And then you set to physio. Especially when you are approaching games, you don't want to have high intensity training because you risk injuries. First thing. Second thing is players will be generally more tired and it increases their chances of injuries as well. This is a thing that they don't really tell you. They have stats for it, but they don't show it to you. But you can see it if you have the in-game editor that I do. But I'm not going to edit anything. I'm only going to use it as a way of using a Sharingan, like the Naruto Sharingan. I'm going to use my Sharingan to see certain stats. It's going to be pretty cool. I'll show it to you. Medical center, you can completely ignore this. You can completely ignore this, okay? Training, you just want to go through, like, if you want to handle this, you can. I generally don't, but you can. It's something that's fun. You can create your own schedule and your own training stuff and whatever. You want to go to mentoring, click this. So you have a mentoring group. This is good for leadership and stuff like that. This is your individual training assignment. Don't do it first, especially when the season starts, because you want to see how the risk of injuries are and how many matches and how much of pressure is put onto your team. Leave the rest, as I said, in this particular setting. You may want to come every now and then just to check it. How to do it is you click Control A or select all. You click this automatic and it'll follow the setting. And then you click set intensity to physio. And then your physios will determine if anything needs to be changed. So as you can see, some of these are automatic. These are changed by the physio. So that's the difference. As for the coaching, all you want to do is click edit coach assignment, click ask assistant to assign first, and then you check which is not light. Like for example, this is not light. This is the coach workload. So in my case, I can handle a bunch of things actually. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this. And that allows it to become light. All right. And this thing, this also is important. It says good, good. Some of it are impressive, some are not impressive. So you want to increase this if you can. So let's see. Can I? Is there any way I can toggle this? Oh, I'm the only one handling this. Oh, that's really bad. We do need more coaches to handle specific things. Okay, let's see. Can this guy do? Yeah, he can. So if you as you can see here it is superb 4.5 star. If I do this, this becomes excellent, but this loses its superb quality. So based on the type of coaches you have, you may or may not lose certain factors. So you may want to find a way to reduce the coach's workload. Technical 17, huh? Tactical attacking. You know what? I'll remove you from this because it's a 13, 17. This is a 16, 15, yes. 16, 17, yes. 15, 15, probably not. 15, 17 is still okay. You know what? I'll leave you in all of these. I think it's not so bad. 15, 14, 15, 15. You'll do this, Alex. Give you some work to do. 14, 14. 15, 14, 15, 15. He doesn't really excel in many other things, does he? Yeah, I don't think so. Right. As for the goalkeeping coaches, honestly, you want to just tick all of these. The shot stopping and handling. You want to tick for all your goalkeeping coaches, because if you let's say that I don't tick, like okay, let's say I have this ticked, right? If I tick this, okay, you see that the light loses a little bit of quality. You see that, and the other one increases, right? But it's important to have an equal thing in both. And for goalkeeping coaches, I usually just equally distribute them. As long as the load is light, it doesn't really matter for me. As for the fitness coaches, I think it's pretty obvious. You want to have anything to do with fitness just ticked. There's no reason not to. So just tick all of them. Just tick all of these. Let them evenly distribute it. That's the fastest way to easily just evenly get this thing done. This is also a fitness coach, also a fitness coach. Man, we have a lot of fitness coaches, huh? It's pretty insane. Yeah, that's actually pretty insane. These guys are normal coaches. What do you do? Okay, you do mental tactical. Okay, so you should be wait technical. Oh, mental technical. You could also be technical here. You could also be technical here, since that's his best stat. As for you, you do tactical. So tactical here, tactical here, tactical here. You don't need the technical because you suck at it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so okay, these are done. These are done. Let's go back up. Let's sort these out. So these are the managers and stuff. Yeah, we need our new coaches to come in as well before we redistribute these. But this is not so bad. I'm more than fine handling all of these because of my stats, my insane stats. I think the only thing I'm not good at is the possession part because my mental is 1. So I'm probably gonna leave this. Hmm. Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave this empty. So let's see. Your mental is pretty good. Uh, yeah, you're not very good in these, so I'm gonna tick these two for you. What about you? Your mental is okay. Your tactical is not very good, but your attacking is very good. So to take advantage of the attacking stuff as a stat, I'm gonna do this, and to take advantage of the technical and tactical stat, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I think this is fine. We're gonna do okay. All right, so this is the quality that we have. Um, we have a little bit lack of defending quality and a little bit lack of possession quality, but the rest are fine. And I think we can pump these up as time goes on. So once you've done with that, you want to just check your schedule, make sure that you have no friendlies coming, as I said before, and then you can start doing your scouting, which is the most fun part. Essentially, your scouts will throw a whole bunch of crap at you. You can refer to these, but you know what? I just don't really care. I'll just cancel those. So in the assignments that are available here, what I normally do is I will check if there's any other assignments available. I'll remove all these assignments. Okay, I'll remove all these assignments, and we have mutually terminated a bunch of our scouts, so we may want to go through that. There we go. We want to go through these. I'm gonna confirm these. Confirm these. Wait, oh, did I miss someone? Confirm. 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 Here we go. Just keep doing this. Oops. Okay. So these are the news of them agreeing to mutual termination. What is that? Okay. And these are the job adverts for scout. We don't need them. We don't need so many scouts, so we're gonna ignore it. And I must respond to this guy. I'm gonna walk away. I don't need him. At least not now. They may get pissed off, so to try not to engage in conversation with someone that you don't intend to hire even in the future, if you can. But if you have, it's just unfortunate. You just have to wait for a while. You may have to wait for an entire season before you rehire them. It's just a painful part. All right, so 0 assignments, which is good. You can create a new assignment. And what you do in your assignment, the first thing, first and foremost, the thing that you really, really want to do is you want to add the age as a very important condition. Keep them under 21 as much as possible. It's where you get a lot of high potential players. And where is this? Scouted potential. So your scouts will suck in identifying player potential, but it's okay. Just put star or even excellent. And if you're lucky, you'll get a player that's under 21 that's excellent. If you're not, your scouts will be just running in circles, and that's absolutely fine. And from the scouting pool until finished, that's fine. Do you need a specific position? No. I do, however, put importance in players with stamina and strength. So these are reasonably important. You can also specify them, but you don't really have to. Teamwork is nice. Passing is a very important stat for any player. Let's say composure is good, decisions is good. These stats, the mental stats are really, really good. Physical stats are also really, really good. The technical stats you can deal with them once the player shows up. But passing is the one stat that any footballer needs to be able to do. You don't want to get rid of passing. There's no football. If a footballer doesn't know how to pass, they're not a footballer. They're something else. They're probably like a rugby player on the field or something. I don't know. Agility, balance. These two are also pretty good stats, but stamina and strength I feel are the most important. You know what? I'll just tick these. Natural fitness is nice. Acceleration maybe not so important. I think these three are good enough. Composure, decisions, teamwork, work rate. Work rate is very important in a gegenpress team in a high intensity gameplay. Off the ball, all these are not so important. All right, let's start the assignment. They will go and do their stuff. So in the meantime, you can also check if your scouting budget is sufficient because the scouting is done based on this package that you have. So let's say you have the Europe package. It means that you will be looking for players within Europe. You can actually change this. Where do you change it? I think it's somewhere. Mm, where is it? I can't remember where to change the scouting package. I'm sorry, guys. This is interesting. Regional knowledge. I think it's you gotta go to finances or something to change it. So you know what? I'll leave it be. We'll worry about that later. Ah, there we go. It's under players. Recruitment package. There you go. You can actually change this so that your scouts actually scout all around the world, and this could be good. You can also just stick to Europe. This is also pretty good if you want to rely on a lot of scouting. But I do a lot of my own scouting, so I don't really bother changing this. But should you change this, like to anything more than or less than Europe? It's totally up to you. I think you know what, it's very subjective. Okay, so how to do your own scouting? So if you have the Sharingan like I have, you can see this thing called potential ability. And what this is if you go to insert columns under hidden, you'll be able to pull out potential ability PA and it will show up here. And if I were to sort out, let me just make sure everything's clear. All players by potential ability, the highest one should be, interested in transfer. There we go. There we go, Lionel Messi. And he's already in Paris, Saint Germany. Oh, that's pretty awesome. So this database is actually the official latest database. Oh, that's super cool. That's really nice because when I checked the date, it was like August 9th or something. And I don't think Messi had already transferred, but maybe the deal was made or something. I'm not entirely sure. But it looks like he is officially transferred to Paris Saint Germany. And as you can see, his potential ability is absolutely insane. He's a monster. I'm also going to insert the current ability just so that we can see. So Messi is just 5 points shy of being the best possible player in the game, literally. And that's it. New wage. You know what? I'm going to remove this. It doesn't really matter to me. And scout recommendation. You know what? I think I'll leave that because we do need to know if certain players are scouted. If a player is not scouted, like for example, let's say the player is Lionel Messi, right? Let's say he's a 99, but you never scouted him. So when you want to justify to your board that you need finances to recruit him, it's going to be more difficult because your board will say that there's no justification that he's a great player. And there's two things that determines this. The first thing is your scout's recommendation. The second thing is the media description. So if it says something like legendary, attacking, whatever, then you're fine. You're good to go. If it says legendary, you're good to go. Your board will recognize it. If it says elite or anything like that, your board is still okay with it. But if it's not scouted and it says something like just tireless midfielder or something like that, oh man, good luck. There's no chance. Also, it's important to keep the work permit lightly thing. That's important. So let's see which player that is interested in transfer. Neymar. Wow. And work permit lightly. The only problem is that Neymar is going to be ridiculously priced. This guy is extremely powerful as a striker.
Borussia Dortmund, his value shown is quite little. His wage is quite little, but he's going to be an absolute beast. So we want to add this guy to our shortlist indefinitely. So what we want to do is we want to target players that are younger than a certain age. Obviously, we want to get players that are younger than 23 because we want to fill up our board requirements. But if we do need to get players that are above a certain age because of contract expiries and whatever, you want to just keep them in your shortlist, and then your what do you call this? Uh, your is it your hit scout? I think it's your hit scout. They will come and inform you to tell you that, oh, these players that are in your short list are actually having contracts that are expiring. So that's something that you might want to take note of. So what you can do is just click these from the top. First, remove the interested in transfer because the interest may change, and then you can go all the way down to a certain potential that you want to stop at. So in my case, I'm going to stop at 160. Oh, it's quite far. Let's just go down a little bit, not too much. Oh, there we go. We're almost there. 150s. Yada yada yada. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get everybody until this 160 here, and let's all these to add to shortlist indefinitely. All right. Great. So now what this happens is you have already done your scouting. By yourself. This is your own, basically you've identified their potential abilities because of the Sharingan that I have, and it's basically you have to purchase the in-game editor, and I don't use it for editing my player stats, or you can edit a lot of things. You can remove injuries, you can do pretty crazy stuff, but I don't really use it for that. I just use it for this scouting ability. So once you have done this, let's see. Okay, so the video's been up for an hour, I think, and as you can tell, this this game, it can eat your time, man. It's pretty crazy. It's almost like you're actually doing this, being a manager, and it's super cool. Right, so now that we've added this, we can ignore this list. You may want to check this every season because there'll be newly generated players, like they call new gens. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of new gens right now. And for new gens alone, you can make an exception, and you can look for new gens that have potentials that are a little bit lower. So what you can do is you can do this: add condition, um, advanced, add condition, hidden is new gen. I think you got to do the is not, and then these will be yes. It's a bit weird, but if you do is not, these become yes. Then you get to add another condition. Oh, you know what? Actually, not, let's not add a condition. Let's just go all the way up. It's just sorted by potential ability, and you can see all the new gens, 16-year-olds especially, start with the potential of 130. That's pretty much the highest that they have. They don't go too ridiculously high, but they can. So how do you know which ones can is you check their current ability as well. You check which of these new gens with a very high potential ability have a very high current ability. Like for example, these two guys have pretty high current abilities, already above 100, which means that it's possible that they will not only reach their potential fast, but they may even at a very young age be better than most players. Like some players like these, um, for example, this guy has a 41 current ability, so he has a very high potential, but he's going to take a lot of time to reach his potential. So, these two players may be good in the short term. So I'm going to add these to my short list as well, indefinitely. And as for just in general, yeah, I think these are fine. Okay, so let's go to assignments. I think these are fine. We've already gone through these. Knowledge is not really anything you want to look at. Shortlist. Okay, so we've done our scouting. We've added all our players to our shortlist, and we're going to go through them now to decide who we want to get for our team. So before you do that, you want to go to team report. And in team report, you can see where your team is lacking and which areas you want to improve. So you want to go to squad depth, essentially. You can read this just to know. Aerial reach, there you go. But this is among goalkeepers. I think even among the front line, there's some aerial issues, especially in Liverpool. Match analysis. These are things you can peek into once you actually have played more games. But until then, you can just use the squad tab and deal with it. So you can look for all potential ability, and you can filter them by 3 stars. That way you know how many star players you have in specific roles. So you can clearly tell that we are lacking defenders on the left side, especially quality defenders like Robertson. Robertson's really good, one of the best left backs in the world. And we also don't have any other goalkeepers that that are there besides Allison. So let's also check in the striker department. All these 3 people are being used in midfield. I'm going to put Roberto Firmino as the central attacking midfielder. So the other 2 don't really have a place here. And okay, so I'm going to remove Salah, Firmino from here. I'm going to remove Mane and Salah from here. I'm going to remove Mane and Firmino from here. I'm going to remove Firmino, Salah, and Mane from there. There we go. So we got no top tier strikers. We got no, at least not in the, this is the immediate future because his potential ability, minimum 3 star. This is their current ability. This does not show the potential, but I'm just making sure that they have high potential here, and this is the current ability here. You could also switch this to 2 star to see who has at least a minimum ability of 2 star, but have a good potential in the future. But as you can see, there's no one with a good potential currently. I'm also going to take the under 23s and under 18s, just in case there's anyone we missed out there. So as you can see, Harvey Elliott is one of the better players in, like a one. He's basically a wonder kid, right? He doesn't state it, but he is a wonder kid. Yeah, this guy should be an inside forward actually. He's pretty insane. Yeah, he should be an inside forward. Mm. Right, is he here or is he on loan? No, he's back. Oh, that's great. Harvey Elliott is back. Oh, that's really good because if you were to start FM21 by yourself, Harvey Elliott is on loan for the longest time, and he comes back pretty, like in reality, he comes back pretty well learned and all that. I also want to see how the potentials and all that have been changed for the existing Liverpool players, especially the likes of Diogo Jota and stuff like that. Like Diogo Jota is 23 years old. He can play on both wings, which gives him a lot of potential. He can play on any front position. He's got excellent finishing, excellent dribbling, excellent flair, which makes him good on the wings. Um, his crossing is not very good. Yeah, so you know what? We're gonna stick to our inside forward stats just because our players can't keep up with the wing style of play. And we'll see where they fit in. So Elliot is a winger. Jones is a winger. Jota can be used here. Minamino is the only real striker, actually. And he's also a winger, technically. Yeah, all the hitting sucks. I need a real striker. So how does Origi do? Origi's finishing is really bad. Makes him a really bad striker. I'm gonna put him up for sale. I think I'm gonna sell Divock Origi. Yeah. So basically, we have no strikers. We rely on a attacking lineup, and we rely on a false nine, or rather a deep lying forward, which is Firmino, and that's what his role is: deep lying forward. And basically, he is a striker that comes deep to get the ball and helps the wings come up to score goals. It is how Jurgen Klopp plays his style, but it's not my style. So I mean, who am I? I'm nobody. But this is the change I'm going to make to Liverpool. All right. Curtis Jones is a really good what do you call this, attacking midfielder, and a really good cover to Roberto Firmino. He's excellent cover to Roberto Firmino. And a lot of top players in the world are attacking midfielders. And because that's where you can easily measure a player's ability. Like if they're always sitting on defense, you can't measure a lot of players' abilities, especially when they're young, because they don't have much creativity in the back line. The back line, your job is simple. You want to prevent goals. But in the front line, you see a lot of creativity. They don't score goals all the time, but they do a lot of, cool stuff. And therefore, their ratings can be a little easily determined. Okay, so we definitely need a striker. I think this whole thing is well covered. I don't want Abiketa operating here. Let's see, who else do we have? Mm, role suitability, okay. Grujic, really? DM? You giving me a DM offer here? Shay, huh? Shaqiri is also okay, but he's gonna be more on the wings. Minamino, Thiago, nope. Thiago, I'm gonna use Thiago in a central midfield role. And this is where he shines. He's actually a deep line playmaker. He's actually better as a defensive midfielder as well. But the number of frequency of fouls that he had in real life was insane. It's just scary. Okay, let's see. Defender left. We have Ben Davies, who's new. Milner is not a defender, guys. Just no. Joe Gomez is not suitable on the left. Simicas is okay. Ben Davies is actually a central defender, right? Yeah, he's actually a central defender. So we need to improve on the left backs. I think. Oh, Konate is here. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this is really interesting. Why is Harvey Elliott? Oh, okay. I was looking at the front. My bad. Let's see. Jordan Henderson. No, no. Fabinho. Yeah, Fabinho actually can play right defense, but no. The reason no is because he actually sucks in his crossing. Look at that. Like, how can you compare that to this? Look at this. This is godlike crossing. That's insane. That's insane crossing. You can never compare. It's just insane. I could even play these up as wingers and then put the defensive midfielder and remove the attacking midfielder, but I prefer just the four-man defense. It's a little bit safer. Nico Williams, not Milner again, guys, please. So Trent and Williams, they complement each other well because Williams has a bright future as a right back. He has pretty high potential, as far as I know. So the central defense is pretty well covered. We do need goalkeepers. Adrian and Karius are terrible. Callagher still has years ahead of him. So we do need cover for Allison should something bad happen. I hope not. I hope Allison can just pull through until Callagher improves. And we have a bunch of midfielders that we can rotate. I think that's not really a problem. Let's see. Not Elliot, not Trent. Oh, by the way, Trent actually can make a pretty good central midfielder if you train him well, especially in like advanced playmaker or box to box. He can actually perform pretty well, but you will not utilize his crossing. So yeah, it's not just very good. Nabiketa, Milner is okay. Okay, let's see who else do we have. Curtis Jones, nope. I'm gonna use him in the front. Oxlade Chamberlain in the front. Oxlade Chamberlain is still okay for a midfielder. Not Minamino. Not Shaqiri. Let's see. So we have 6 here. Let's see. Okay, I think the main focus should be the wing backs. We can get a left one first, the right one later, and then striker for sure. So you're gonna go to buy a striker. It's gonna be super exciting. Let's do that. So this is how you determine your squad depth, and then you can probably go back to your shortlist and just hunt for a striker. So I'm gonna sort everyone by potential ability, and we're just gonna check if there's anyone interested in transfer that's really high. We know Neymar is. Um, let's ask him. What does it say? 144 million. We'll give the player a big pay rise. Forget it. I don't have the money for that. This guy might be good. Rodrigo might be really good. Work permit likely. That's good to know. I like this new feature. This Ask Agent feature makes it super easy. All right, let's make an inquiry. And his club will respond. They'll most likely say no, but it's still polite to ask for an inquiry. And this is what the agent told us. So, hmm. Wow, his value is insane, huh? Yeah, this thing is just warning you of the work permit. All right. Anyway, he's really expensive though. But we'll look into him. All right, this guy, Mokoko. Let's check. High fee as Borussia Dortmund may not be willing to sell. Let's make an inquiry. There we go. And we'll see how that turns out. Okay, these are two wonder kids. What about this guy? It's Gareth Bale. Oh, really? But we don't need a winger, so we're not gonna do too much on that. Mm. The reason I'm not filtering them out is because sometimes there are certain wingers that you can still push to being a striker, but their main role is winger, so I just want to see it. Matthias Dela is one of the best defenders in the world, but we have a whole bunch of defenders now, and I think Van Dijk is back, so we should be good for a good while. Mm, yeah, we should be good for a good while. Erling Haaland would be the dream come true. 69 million is actually something that's doable. You know what? Let's make an inquiry. Sure, why not? Who's this? Your goalkeeper. You would make a good backup goalkeeper, wouldn't you? Oh, that's crazy expensive. Okay, not. Maybe not. Andres Iniesta. Wow, Iniesta is looking for a transfer, huh? Really? These guys are like legends, legendary players, man. All right, who are you? Experienced winger. Okay, Ederson. Okay, all right, definitely no. No, 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 no. Okay, let's see. 17 years old. Defender, wing back. Oh, this is good. Oh, your crossing is pretty bad though. Mm, but you're still very young. Alright, his crossing is pretty bad. But he is pretty young. So you know what? Let's just make an inquiry as well. Okay, who else do we have? Attacking midfielder. Nicolos Zaniolo. Interesting. Oh, I see. So you're actually better in center. Anyway, I don't want him because his finishing is pretty good, but I'm not sure. Yeah, not suitable. Yeah, but he could be trained for the front position. Like, let's say I use him as a shadow striker, right? So I could check most of the his striker stats from here. He has pretty good hitting as well, good dribbling, good finishing, good flair, good pace, good stamina. Acceleration not so much, but still pretty decent. Teamwork, his where is his anticipation? Pretty good. Actually, this guy is pretty good. I could train him to be an attacker. Hmm, let's check. This guy is not too expensive as well, and he's pretty young. Let's make an inquiry for Nicolos Zaniolo. Let's do that. Um, let's see. Who else do we have? Yao Felix. Oh yeah, this guy is a wonder kid, isn't he? Yeah, but he's expensive. But you know what? We'll just make an inquiry anyway and see what happens. Oh, Hudson Odoi, huh? Hudson Odoi. I don't think Chelsea will be willing to sell him though. Yeah, it'll be really tricky. I think these kind of people are already high value that there's really no chance. Oh wow, Eduardo Camavinga, huh? Really, 44 million for Eduardo Camavinga? I would not say no. One of the best defensive midfielders as well. You know what? Let's make an inquiry. Sure, why not? Ansu Fati is also a good option for a striker. 62 million is not the biggest problem actually. Let's make an inquiry. Here we go. These people are all pretty senior. DM, we don't need these. MMM, we have a striker here. Adebayor. Wow, Emmanuel Adebayor. Really? A veteran striker. Would probably fail to gain a work permit. Ah, I see. Now, without the work permit, it's unlikely I'll be looking forward to that. So, so no Romelu Lukaku. Really? And who wants to sell him? 66 million? He is an elite striker, that's for sure, but he's 27 years old. He could probably operate for 3 seasons. But man, look at his wage, 200,000. That's insane. Mm, Osman Dembele. Really, Dembele is already established here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yuri Tillemans, Ivan Illich. Oh, okay. Illich is pretty good as well. He's a really good midfielder. But he's in Man City, huh? Oh man, Man City really sweeps all the best players. There's no kidding. They really go all out. They're insane. They just throw money and solve their problems. Like it's crazy, man. Pedri, huh? I don't know. Pedri may be expensive, but nothing wrong because he is interested in transfer. So let's make an inquiry. Okay, so I think we've inquired enough in the higher category. Let's see if there's a few more. 17, we'll just inquire about a bunch of these 17-year-olds. The younger ones, 19 sure, 20 sure actually, you know. Ball playing defender. Nope. I need a left back. How's your crossing? Not very good. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. All right, okay. Let's remove this filter. Let's filter specifically for our striker role. Let's get a player that's under 23. And let's see. Who do we get? Right, we got Kylian Mbappe, who I'm pretty sure we cannot afford. Um, Dude, that's insane value. But he is one of the best strikers, though, based on his stats. You know what? Let's just make an inquiry. Why not? Lautaro Martinez, yes, of course. Make an inquiry. They're not interested in transfer right now, but you know what? We'll just make the inquiry. Gabriel says, sure, why not? Make an inquiry. Right. Let's see. So we got Mason Greenwood all the way until hmm, Richarlison. You know what? We'll dig a little bit deep. Let's go all the way to 160, and then let's make an inquiry for all of them. And then let's see. These guys are pretty good too. 18, 19. Wayne Proctor. Wow, insane. Stats are insane. All right. Let's make an inquiry for all these guys. There we go. Now let's go back to left wing back and let's make an inquiry for all the wing backs that we can obtain. Not many actually. There are really not many wing backs. That's just sad. All right, that's it. So we've made all of our inquiries. We have spoken to a bunch of agents. We'll see how it works out. Okay, wow, this is news. All right, let's go. So ideally, once you've done your scouting, you want to go to your squad, and this is the next thing that I do. I remove all the unavailable filters. I start with the under 18 squad. I filter everyone by potential ability, and I check who are the 140s and above. Actually, 130 is also pretty good. So you want to have some players left, of course, in the under 18 squad. So let's just see. This is like probably like what's this? How many have I selected? It doesn't show how many I selected. It's a thing they haven't really changed. I wish they showed how many I'm just selecting, just so that I know. Anyway, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. So anyone that's above 140 are all monsters, and you want to move these guys to the under 23, and you want to use them in your regular matches as much as possible because they develop really, really fast. And then you want to go to under 23, and you want to filter all the potential ability as well. So first thing you can do is check their age. If there's anyone that's really young, that's below like 140, I would move them to under 18. Yeah, especially these two guys. Mm. Yeah, let's move these two to under 18. We do have a bunch of goalkeepers here that we can manage with. Right now, potential ability. Let's see. All right. From Curtis Jones, anyone who is above one. Actually, you know what? This current ability. There we go. Anyone who's above 100 technically are good enough to be in the first team. So all of these guys are technically good enough to play in the first team, and they will save me a bunch of transfers. So despite me having inquired about so many transfers, I may only get one or two through at the end of the day. So I can actually like save some on the transfers because I have good youth players. Even Leighton Clarkson is pretty good. This guy's a monster, man. 151. That is pretty insane. Right, so let's promote all these players to the senior squad, and let's see. These guys have very high potential, but they're not good yet. So we want to let them play another 23 for a bit until they get better. You can also put them out for development loans. That's a thing you can do. So I think it would be ideal if I send some of these players out for development, or if you feel that you have a place for them in your team. Like for example, if one of these were a left wing back like Adam Lewis, if Adam Lewis had like 150 potential, I would be just using him in the first team because as you can see his loyalty is pretty high. He's going to be pretty good in the future as well. But he's 120 and he's already 20 years old, which is not very good. Hmm. Anyway, let's go to the senior team now. All right, senior team. So these are all the insane monsters that Liverpool has. Salah, Mane, Van Dijk, Alisson, Trent, Firmino, Thiago. Man, these guys are like they're the best of the best, right? But you have the really poor players as well. You have Rice Williams, who can play in the first team, but his potential is pretty low. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to loan some of these players out or transfer them, and I'm going to do that for all the players that are below um, 140 actually. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. So these people are loan listed, as you can see. Mhm. You know what? I'm gonna offer to clubs for transfer as per the set values, so they will do that. So now these people will be transfer listed in the next turn when we refresh this. And then there's Carrius and Adrian. I think Adrian is fine, but we have to get rid of Carrius. Yeah, I'm gonna transfer list him. I'm gonna transfer list Carrius, and you're gonna hurt a lot of feelings doing this, but you know what? Whatever. But it'll warn you. Like if you transfer list a player and they're not happy, it will warn you straight up. So I'm gonna keep Adrian for backup, and I'm gonna find a new youth player, a youth goalkeeper to take over. And until I do that, I will just manage with who I have. And if I get no good offers for Gallagher, I might just keep Gallagher because he's okay as a backup. Yeah, he's okay as a backup. Hmm. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I should transfer list the rest of these players and not Kelleher because as a goalkeeper, his stats are okay. Right, let's get Karius. Let's see who else. So some of these people are pretty, like they're quite old. They're 24, 25, and their potential is not that great. Usually, if they're above 20 and their potential is already like not at 150 or something, I may want to, consider something else. Like this guy's 19, 145 is pretty good. But Ben Davies just joined, didn't he? Seb Vanderberg is really good. He's way better than Ben Davies. Wow, Seb Vanderberg. Why did Klopp buy Ben Davies? He's a slightly more senior player, I guess. Just to have more experience in the back line, right? Right, so I think I'll probably end this at 2 hours and we'll see if we can get to our first match because you gotta get all these things sorted out before you go to your first match. Don't rush to your match. This is where most of the play happens, and once you've done all this, You can be a little more passive for the rest of the season. Look at Kostas Tsimikas' potential. This is insane. When he was in like before the update of this patch, Tsimikas' potential was terrible. There's no way I would see him being able to ever replace Andy Robertson, but it looks like he might. It looks like Kostas Tsimikas just might replace Andy Robertson in the future. It's just that I still need a backup for them because let's say Robertson is injured, Tsimikas can't play a game every 2 days because Liverpool play insane number of games in a week. I think there's someone who made like a count on that. In a month they play almost 10 games or something, which is pretty insane. Uh, so yeah, it can get bad, and Tsimikas can't handle it if, let's say, Robertson is injured, or if Tsimikas is injured, Robertson will struggle, and vice versa. Right. So let's transfer list these players. Okay. Game. Are you okay? I think the game is lagging out on me. Okay, great. Oh boy. All right, the game is lagging out on me. I think my FPS counter is also proof. It's just stuck as is. I probably gotta wait for a while and just pray that nothing crashes. So FM did sort out a lot of bug issues in the past, but I think there's just certain things that. Oh, there we go. Actually, I had just had to click away. What the hell? That was so weird. Okay. Let's see. Oh no, when I right click it, it still goes back into this. There we go. I right click here. Okay. Transfer. Uh, transfer status. Transfer listed. Yes. Okay. No complaints so far. Offer the clubs for transfer. Yes. Okay. There we go. Now let's go up a little bit and let's see which of these players I can offer for transfer. Thiago is pretty good, but as you can see, injury proneness. This is how injury prone Thiago is. And you can sort by injury proneness as well. So Naby Keita is really injury prone. He's really good, but he is injury prone. Joe Gomez is injury prone. Oxlade-Chamberlain is really injury prone. In fact, I think I might sell Ox. Hmm. Yeah, I might sell. I might even ask to sell Shaqiri. Okay, what happens if I do this? Okay, you know what? Let's just do it and then face the face the music later. Henderson, his leadership qualities make him too valuable to want to let go. Joe Gomez is still a really good player. Yeah, Shaqiri, Oxlade, Matip. Let's see. Milner. Yeah, Milner is probably just going to retire in Liverpool. This is really no reason to want to meddle with him. Plus, he can play in a crazy number of roles, so he's okay. And his injury proneness is reduced. Let's see. Divock Origi. There we go. We gotta sell Divock Origi. He's just not. His finishing is just not making him a very good striker. So I'm basically targeting all those below 160 potential. That's one way to look at it. And if they're, if they're above 25 years old, it means they're not going to go any much. Like Ibrahim Konate has really high potential for his age. That's basically it. I can't let go of Henderson. He's the captain, so I can let go of Milner, but he's too old, and it'll be really difficult to find a club for him. Simikas, I need him as backup. He's very important. Plus, he's not that old yet. Minamino. Hmm. Minamino. Minamino is already transfer listed. Was that me? Did I do that? I'm not entirely sure if I did that. Maybe. Maybe I did that. Ben Davis, Marko Grujic. Okay, you know what? Let's also put Marko Grujic on the transfer block. Why not? Right, let's transfer. Offer the clubs for transfer. Ah, there you go. You'll get this warning. So Oxlade-Chamberlain is likely to be unhappy upon hearing. It may not be. It may be worth talking to him about the decision. So I'm going to explain to him, and if he's not happy, I'm just going to let it be. Um, I wanted planning of your transfer. I'm not part of my plans here. I think the best move. Okay, let's do that. I can work my way back into your plans. Okay, like the passion. So you know what? We're not going to transfer out Oxlade-Chamberlain since he's showing so much passion. So we're gonna take him off the selection. Let's just do that. And we're gonna offer the clubs the rest of these players for transfer. And it seems there's no complaints. And we're gonna set all of them to be transfer listed. There we go. Let's do that. And that's good. So we have basically sorted our transfer and all that stuff. Um, yeah, let's just move on. We could also check on the finances and the club vision and stuff like that. Basically, you can make some board requests, but normally when you start the game, try not to do that. The board will get super pissed. This is where you make some budget adjustments, and it looks like we have we have a lot of budget actually. Like Liverpool has cash finally. Okay. Okay. So Matip is an influential player. Okay, let's have a word with him. Um, okay, let's see. Tactical plans. Um, okay, let's do this. So Matip is not happy. So in that case, we're gonna remove him. Yeah, to no transfer status. Let's just do that. Burnmouth is an offer from Rice Williams. Let's see. So I did put him on transfer, didn't I? There we go. And he is asking price 300, and they want him. I think that's pretty decent. Let's see. Where is it? Rice Williams. Not here. Oh, there we go. He's here. So he has low potential, but he has good ability. I think that's fair enough. All right, let's accept the offer. Um, and if Darby doesn't come back, he has no. I mean, it's up to him. Ben Woodburn. There we go. So let's see. So he is transfer listed for 2.8, and they're literally asking for a 2.8. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So Tottenham has offered 46 million for Matip. Um, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game here. Reason being is because I may want to discuss with him to see if he's willing to join Tottenham. He wants to move to Real Madrid. What? He just said doesn't want to be transferred. Uh, Over Real Madrid. I see. Okay, all right. So he really wants to move to Real Madrid. But you know what? I'm going to accept the offer anyway. Because if he rejects it, that's fine. But unless Real Madrid is going to make an offer for him, I'm going to leave it be. So, yeah, okay. Let's just do that. Okay, let's see. Rice Williams asked for a payment of 30K to her client to compensate her for a loss of earnings. Tucker wants her to deal with the breakdown if the payment is not made. Let's negotiate the payoff a little bit. Let's just break it down to maybe 20K. Suggest? Suitable. Okay, fine. All right. We'll just client's demands. This is what I'm after from my client. 30K. All right. 30K. Agree. Wait, why can't I agree the payoff? I can't agree. Wait, what? What kind of terms is this? 31. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's super weird. Okay, all right, never mind. I never knew this game had bugs, honestly, guys. Until I played today, I didn't know the game has bugs. I don't know if it's bugging out because of all the new data and because there's too many data it's dealing with, but I've never seen it happen before, honestly. Velas have made an approach to sign Carlos Tevez on a free transfer. Carlos Tevez is available for a free transfer. Let's have a word with him. Uh, Attacking midfield, advanced playmaker. No. I need a striker. Um, Tevez is a great player, don't get me wrong, but I don't need an attacking midfielder. Robert Lewandowski, man, the legend is just nailing it. He can't stop scoring, can he? It's insane. Right, normally I'll just ask my assistant manager to pick this and then just confirm it. I don't really take too long to decide that. And most of these things you can just skip through them. It's just something that I like to keep an eye out for, just in case I'm using any players from the under 23. At least I can see. Like for example, if I'm planning to use Leighton Stewart or anything like that, at least I will know here. No offer for 7 players. I'm going to just ignore this. I'm not going to persuade them because I don't mind hanging on to them a little longer. Wayne Proctor is not for sale. Oh, now they're getting back to me on my inquiries. There we go. So if there is a legit inquiry, they will actually reply me. If let's say for example you have a lot of money, you don't have to inquire. You can just throw money at Borussia Dortmund and you'll get Erling Haaland. If you have like 200 million, you can just throw it and just get him. But if you don't have the money, it's best to just make an inquiry and see what they want for him. You could also ideally just click transfer, make an offer, and click suggest terms, and they may even suggest the terms for you, even though he's not available for immediate transfer. You could actually just click this and figure it out. So his value itself is 65 million, but they are requesting almost double of that. And you can interact with the bot and tell that that he's going to be a really good player. So we can do this. Cost, and they will say it costs far too much and whatever. If you don't have money, it's just too bad. So yeah. Anyway, he's way too expensive for us. So we're gonna have to cancel this offer. It's really no point. No point even trying, honestly. Um, Real Madrid approached to sign Jared. Oh, is Boateng. Boateng is on a free transfer, huh? Center back. I don't need him. Okay, there we go. We have an offer for. Wait, what? It's a loan offer. I see. It's a loan offer. Mm, I see. The thing is, I don't mind keeping him. His stats are average for his age, but he is performing really well in real life. But in the game, his stats are just, they're just average. They're not that good. So I don't mind selling him. Uh, if they asked anywhere around this value as well, I think it would be okay. Mm, no. How about the transfer offer, guys? Let's do this. Let's negotiate for transfer and see what happens. So they're telling me to push these people back to under 23s and push this under 18. I'm not going to do it because I've already decided where they're going to be by myself. You don't have to listen to Vitor Matos. You don't have to. Or Matos. I'm not sure how you say it. Joe Gomez could be as good as Fabinho. Trent could be slightly better than Fabinho. Ibrahima could be slightly better than Fabinho because that's how good Fabinho is, guys. See, he's something else. All right, there we go. 1.7 million for Raul Moro. Um, okay, let's check his stats. He's got insane flair, good determination, good acceleration and agility, decent stamina. We can work with that. He's got very good dribbling and flair. That's no doubt. Good off the ball as well. Makes him a very good inside forward, I believe. Yep, a good inside forward. Not just a winger, a good inside forward. He hits all the right notes. I think the requested price is excellent. I'm going to just put this at 30. Um, they want 1.7 million, huh? Let's drop this down just a little bit because I want him. It's a really good offer still. Let's do that. Lautaro Martinez. You want 100 million for Lautaro Martinez. Hmm. He is a really good striker. Excuse me, I was drinking something. He is a really good striker though. I see no reason. Hmm. I gotta work within this budget though. All right. How about mm, if he scores 50 goals, I give you 10 million. I don't think he's gonna be able to, but that's good. That's a good chance for me. International appearances, 20 games, another 10 million. Per league after league appearances, 50 games. I would actually give you 5 million if you play. Yeah, after 50 games, I think that's a fair deal for the price that they're asking. And bonus after the European Championship, winning the European Championship, no expiry date. I will gladly give you 5 million. And bonus after winning the Premier Division, I will give you 1 million. Sure. Maybe bonus after the winning the FA Cup, I will give you another 1 million. I think let's try to play around this per league appearance, huh? Yeah. So now it can potentially go up to 74 million, but none of this is immediate. You know what? I'll make this 20 million. Because if he actually manages to score 50 goals in a season, I would gladly give 20 million. I think that's fine. It makes him as valuable as two strikers. Mm. Let's make this offer. Let's see what the hell happens. Patson Daka. Daka should be granted a work permit. Okay. Oh, but they're asking way too much for him. He's a Leicester player, huh? I see. No, Lautaro Martinez is way better, right? 15, 17, 15. Okay. What about you? Whoa, really? But your hitting is bad. Your hitting sucks. How's Lautaro Martinez hitting? His hitting is pretty good. He's a way better striker. I think there's no question. Yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna reject this. Screw you guys. I'm gonna pay so much for that. Pedri. Wow. Okay. This is gonna be tricky. So Pedri is gonna be in the attacking midfield position, a position which we have enough players for. So we don't want to pay 100 million for him. And um, yeah, it's not necessary. Just try my luck, I guess. Sergio Reguilon. You play left back. Okay. Excellent crossing, excellent stats, great future. 23 years old. You're not too far off from Robertson's age, are you? Not too far off from Robertson, but the price being asked is way too high. You want 36 million on installments? No way. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna drop this. It's way too expensive. Introduce yourself to the squad. You must. There's no question about it. Gonna be making improvements in goal. Uh, yeah, whatever. Looking to strengthening the defense. Planning to improve the quality of striker we have here. Okay, you know what? Taking a coaching course and we need to make this happen. Nobody will stand in your way if there's an offer received. Some of you will have to leave the club. Okay, it looks like some of them are actually satisfied. That's good to know. Um, improving our striking options. Okay, fine. That's enough promises, I think. We can go on and win the title. I want to say that. Exactly sort of reaction. As for the Champions Cup, I think later stages. Yeah, okay, that's good. And FA Cup, maybe at least the final. Code of conduct, you guys can have a look at it. No complaints. All right, great response. All right, see you guys in the pitch. That's cool. So we may have affected some of our players' morales, but I don't really care. I'd prefer to just play it as I normally would. Um, and see how it goes. All right, so we are getting still a bunch of offers. Okay, Rafael Leo. Hmm, really expensive though. 100 million. They're asking 100 million for every single player. Like, are you kidding me? What do you think I am? This guy's got decent stats. He's 22 years old. Um, You'll definitely get a work permit as well. But 130 million for him. I'm not gonna make him the most expensive left back in the world, guys. Okay, I don't need the training induction. I'm quite familiar with that. Uh, Yao Felix inquiry was okay, fine. Myron Wood, okay. Charlison, Ansu Fati, okay, cool. Bright Array, okay, fine. Jesus Macewood. What does it say? It's expected to make his contract decision in a few days. I see. Right, all these are just people rejecting my requests, which is completely normal. You'll get like 90% of rejection. Some of them will ask you for 100 million instead. It's just the way it is. It's terrible. They gave me some financial fair play rules. Okay, you can read through these if you need to. I'm pretty familiar with them. They're quite the same thing every season, so quite familiar. 90 million for a 21-year-old attacking midfielder. Nope. Melon. Or is it Malen? I think it's Malen. 86 million for a 21-year-old striker known as Daniel Malen. His stats are okay, but it's not worth 86 million. See this? This is his actual value. I'm gonna put 10 million here, and I'm gonna be annoying. I'm gonna just lock this, make the offer. They're gonna reject me, but it's just gonna be hilarious. Um, Attend the. Oh, okay. They are going to introduce me as a new manager, so I'm gonna say hi to everyone. I can't wait to get started. I've dreamt of this moment for years. Um, yes, yes, of course. Success in this club's blood. I think it's the right to be a target like this. Okay, fine. Absolutely delighted. Yes, I've done this like a dozen times. Okay, I've done this a dozen times, guys. Um, Good old fashioned hard work is equally important. Uh, Something none of us will know until a few matches have been played. Your playing career is a huge success. Manager is a new challenge for you. Oh crap! I think you guys saw my age. It's alright. Um, Delighted to be starting. I think so. Yes, have a responsibility to act professionally at all times. No, it doesn't matter. Yes, young talent should be harnessed, which we dress in public. No, it doesn't matter. They're asking the same question. That's ridiculous. Would have been under some pressure, only natural. Yes, anyone who replaces Jurgen Klopp would definitely be under pressure. What do you think of the Liverpool squad? Um, yeah, I do need to work with them first. Willing to embrace a new regime, new way of working. Very happy with that. Real buzz. I think I'll just say that. He's one of the biggest dedicated fan base, that's for sure. Liverpool supporters are pretty hardcore. We have to start high. Yep, we shouldn't tire our players, especially with our strategy. James Milner. I can't really be sure about it. Yes, yes, he's captain. Henderson is captain. There's no question about it. We could do some attacking reinforcements. Widely expected. I will be looking to take advantage of the interest in Jordan, honestly. Yeah. If people want to move Jordan, please. Oh, so they reject my request for Yusufa Mokoko. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go and make an offer directly. 52 million for one of the best future strikers in the world. I think it's a totally acceptable thing. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna ask at 20 million. I'm gonna add a whole bunch of nonsense. Premier League appearances, minimum league goals, bonus after competition, European Championship, bonus after competition, FA Cup, bonus after competition, the Premier League. Okay, there we go. Let's add about 5 mil here, 1 mil here, 1 mil here. You know what? Yeah, 1 mil here, 1 mil here. 50 goals, 10 million, sure. No, you know what? This should be 20 million. 20 million, yep. Per league appearance. Per league appearance. For the first 50 games. No, you know what? Let's not do that. After 50 games, I give you 10 million. That makes it a total of 57 million. That should meet up with their current requested expectation. Previous offer. Current offer? No, I can't see the previous request unless I undo everything. No, let's not do that. Let's make the offer. Yep, let's do that. Okay, Eduardo Camavinga, finally. Gonna talk about him, huh? 17-year-old wonder kid. How's his finish? His finishing is crap. But as a defensive midfielder is excellent. But you know what? I think knowing my attacking approach, the thing I'll use him most for is box to box. He's still really good, huh? He's pretty insane. After 50 games, they want 10 million. After 10 games, they want 10 million. And in installments, they want 30 million. Let's remove this. Let's try this. Let's try that. First six versus second six versus under 23s. That'll be torture. First six versus second six, I think is fine. Let's just sort out a few things. Loris Karius, huh? Um, wait, what? Oh, because Allison is not here. Hmm. All right, interesting. Anyway, the sorting doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll manage both teams. Let's just go for it. All right. So this is the best way to find out who's good in your team. You get to have this session between your first team and your second team, and they get to play against each other, and you have a bunch of subs as well. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to match preview dressing room. Okay, there we go. Yep, favorites. Let's just go ahead. And the second one, play without pressure because you're the second team. I understand. Right, so my settings are usually this. Oops, sorry. Director, no replays, key highlights, and there we go, match speed. Let's bump this up to here. There we go. All right, so this is my preferred speed. This is how I usually watch the game. Let's see how it goes. I think I took it up a notch too high. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, it looks more natural. Because the regular speed is just way too slow. It's almost like they're running in slow motion. This is actually more realistic. Okay, so far both teams seem okay. Let's switch the team here. Yep, they seem pretty good. All right, so I will end the video with this game, and that's pretty much basics and what I normally do when I start Football Manager, and how I scout and how I pick out my players. And let me tell you that I've done it with and without the editor. Without the editor, the only pain is that you have to assign your scouts and you have to wait for them to complete their scouting. It just takes more time, but the result is pretty much the same. It's just that your scouts, if they're not very good, you can't see certain levels of hidden potential. Like you can see potential up to a certain extent, but you will not know their hidden potential well enough. But more than often, their rating is pretty accurate. And plus, if you know the player in real life, you pretty much know that they're going to be good. So there is that. It's just the new gens that you won't really know about. So yeah. But anyway, I just saved myself the time by using the thing to detect potential, and I don't really use all the functions that allow you to edit player stats, edit their names, uh, you know, edit their age. You can even edit their age. You can also remove all injuries. That's a thing you can do. So I don't really use it for that. I just use the scout potential, but it's totally up to you guys. You're the god of this game, basically, if you have the editor. All right, so the first half was absolutely horrible. I'm gonna say that. Uh, we need a bit more spirit. Yep, there we go. Why are you demotivated, Elliot? Um, there's no pressure on you. I don't know if there's anything I can say that actually will motivate him. But you know what? Let's go back here. Let's see if Elliot is okay. He seems okay. You know what? Let's shout and give him some encouragement. I think that'll help. At about 50 minutes, I think we'll make our exchanges. Salah, no, Salah didn't score. Okay. Oh, they're playing miserably. You know what? It'll drag on a little bit. As you can see, the first team stamina is just way better than the second team. Wow, that's insane. The difference is insane. Except for the Williams brothers. That's a really good goal from Salah. Okay. It's expected pretty much. At least Salah will score, if anyone. Whoa, that's it. That is some next level goals. Okay, Salah's on fire now. Right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some subs. Let's see, who do we have to sub? Um, okay. Everyone's playing pretty well actually. Sadio Mane is not playing very well, so we might be able to sub him out for. Let's see, who can do well in your place? How does Leighton Stewart do? He does pretty well actually. I also sort by potential in here, just so I remember who is really, really good. Leighton Stewart is really, really good. So you know what? I'm gonna put Origi here because he can play there. I'm gonna sub Mane out with Leighton Stewart, and I believe the rest of them are playing okay. Naby Keita could be subbed. He's not playing that well. Jake Kane, Jack Byrne. Hmm. James Balakizi. I think James Balagizi should be given an opportunity, so I'm going to sub him with Naby Keita there. Box to box. Okay, let's confirm that. Now let's go to the second team. Let's do the same thing. Who's playing like crap? Elliot's playing like crap. Okay, not his day, huh? All right. Let's see. So Elliot has to be subbed. Let's sub him with who's this? Gordon, Kaidi Gordon. Interesting. Who are you? Right, let's put him there. And also, who else is playing really bad? Jota is playing bad. Shaqiri is playing really bad. And Leighton Clarkson's playing pretty bad. Right, for Shaqiri, let's bring in Musialowski. Actually, Shea Ojo is better. Let's bring Shea Ojo to replace Shaqiri. Let's see. Who else is playing really bad? Nico Williams, Leighton Clarkson, and Ben Woodburn. Ben Woodburn, huh? Uh, yeah, let's put you here. Let's see if any of these can do center role. I think Shea Ojo can play center pretty well. How about Gordon? Yeah, Shea Ojo can play center pretty well. I think this will not really matter. All right, let's do that and let's play. Just a friendly, so I'm not too bothered. But essentially, I would, play the tactics a little bit differently. Like Jota wouldn't be striker, but right now he's the best striker in the second team. So right, let's see if we can sub off Leighton Clarkson. We can't really. Sure, do it. If they give me an offer like that, I'll just accept it. Sometimes the AI gives you really bad ideas for substitutes, especially if you don't bring enough. Aha, a penalty. Hat trick, wow. And in a friendly match. That's painful, man. Okay, interesting. Jota? Goal, wow. Offside. Oh, man. Sure, do it. Do it, sure. Alright, that's it. Ignore your results. Yep. Let's see, who's this? Dusan Vlahovic. What are you? What do you do? You're a striker, huh? Uh, complete forward. You can play complete forward. 20 years old, a decent fee. Mm, but expensive. Still expensive. You know what? Let's lock the fee. Up to 49 million, huh? Uh, per league appearance for 10 games. Nope. 30. And installments, I can give you another, say, 10 million. Unacceptable? Alright, fine. Screw you guys. Right, Mathieu Rigori, fullback. Okay, he's the left back. Great crossing, great stats. Should be granted a work permit as well. 1.8 million for this guy. I'll take it. This is my only change. Drop that a little bit. Drop this a little bit. Make the offer. Sure, I'll do that. Okay, just a bunch of rejected offers. That's fine. 100 million. I'm not even going to talk about this. James Justin. Yeah, this guy's actually decent. He's a pretty good fullback. And he can play both wings. His crossing is not very good though. 22 years old. Nah. Nah. Nuno Mendes, one of the best potential fullbacks. Shea Ojo. Alright, so they're actually making an offer for this guy. No, you know what? I want this. Uh, and now that I look at it, I think he's worth more. He's got really good pace. know what? Let's make it 15. Let's negotiate the offer. Made an offer of 24 million, and it will go up to 33 million. Installments, okay. After league appearance, okay. After international appearances, which he's unlikely to get. Let's remove this. Let's bump this up a little bit. There we go. Let's see what happens here. 32 million. No, you know what? This should be 30 million. And then I'm good. Yeah, I'm good with this. If you're good with it. Offer a contract to Andre Papeti. Free transfer. 18 euros center back. Is he good? Andre Papeti. Let's see. Is he in my shortlist? Andre Papeti. Um, Papeti. Oh, maybe because this is filtered. Not sure. Let's go to player search and let's try it here. Andre Papeti. Doesn't show for some reason. Let's see. Andrea Papeti. What club is he in? He's in Brescia. Players. There we go. Andrea Papeti. 163. Pretty good potential for an 18-year-old and a defender. Let's approach to sign him. Yeah, let's give him a future prospect with breakthrough. Fringe player, sure. Sure, I'll loan you out as well. That's all good. Let's negotiate the contract. I want a 5-year contract, not so expensive. Let's reduce these a little bit, 5%. Um, you know what? After 30 games, after 10 games, after 20 games. Okay, after 20 games, 30 games actually. Yeah, okay, after 30 games, I can pump this to 30. This is what you want. Okay, it's a 5%, okay? Okay, so that won't be so bad. 5 years. He's okay with 5 years as well. All right, let's do that. I mean, we don't know if he's going to accept it, but it's worth the chance. Mario Mandzukic. Oh, no. I don't want him. Tevez, nope. Minamino. Anke Stefan. Anke Stefan is considering the offer. Okay. Let's see. So we don't have an under 23 assistant manager. I don't think it matters, does it? Hmm. Under 23 sports scientist. Okay, agreed to be physio. Excellent. Let's see. Staff. Sports scientist. Under 23. Nah, we're doing good. We don't need to worry about that. So we'll just go on. Also recommend the signing. Sure, why not? It's just an extra feature. Rodrigo Palacio, nope. Ramirez, nope. Because they may be injury prone as well. 26,000 compensation for this guy to be my under 23s coach. Yep, sure. Yep, also recommend the signing. Rejected the 10 million offer for Donald Main. What is my offer? Doniel Mellon. Um, Suggest the terms. 72 million. Nah. Oh, they accepted my Ruguri offer for a left back. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm super happy with that. So I could hand it over to Michael Edwards, but you know what? I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. Future prospect. I want a youngster first. Yeah, okay. And then we'll work with the 5 years full time. Just pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop, 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 pop. Just reduce this by 3 actually. After let's remove this. 30 games, I'll do this for you. I am good with that. Just 5%, please. All right, that's good. Should be granted a work permit as well. All right, that's good to know. All right, we're getting a bunch of new signings. That's pretty interesting. Now I just hope we can sell our players. Kamavinga deal has been negotiated. What was my previous offer? I see. Okay, if I make the current amount that I gotta pay for you 20 million and lock this, what do you suggest? Okay. Um, okay, then how about 30 million? After 20 international appearances, I give you 20. After 50 games, I give you 20. How about this? 71 million, right? 70 million. Okay, let's try that. Kane, okay. They accepted the Mokoko offer. It will go up to 57 million, huh? Okay, let's do this. This guy is going to be an insane striker for us. Wow. I could drop the Lautaro Martinez uh, offer, in fact, and I could just let this guy play. Future prospect, definitely. Next transfer window. Okay. Okay. Why 3 years? Right. I'm gonna drop this a little bit. Um, Agent doesn't want any fee, huh? That's nice of him. Appearance fee. Appearance fee, huh? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5%. Nope. 30 games. Let's do that. 5%, please. Just a little difference, please. Okay, all right. Not so bad. I still get who is potentially going to be the best striker in the world. That's nice. That's nice. For 57 million as well. So that's a deal. Accept. Um, Agreeing terms on a new contract. He accepts the Ajax offer. Whatever. Okay, what's this? Chris Burton has agreed to be physio. Excellent. We got our 2 physios. Um, Committed his future to be manager. Really? Kevin Keane is now manager. Okay, fine. Um, Palacio on a free transfer. No, no, no. I don't want this guy. Nat Phillips. What do they want him for? Potential value of 250. It's too low. Nope. Let's see. Diego Costa. No, these guys are great, but the age is a factor. All right, made an offer of 32 million. Okay, let's see. We'll rise to 38. Okay, let's see. Installments 12. After league appearances 20 games, they give me 6 million. I think this is decent for Divock Origi. I think this is pretty decent. Yeah, we'll accept it. Okay, let's see what's going on here. They want to loan list these people, but I'm going to be using them. You guys don't know me. Sign on the intensive language course. Asked to recommend assigning. Physio. Asked to recommend assigning. And frustrated not being able to move to Hull City. Okay, let's discuss it. Sure, why not? Um, the finances weren't right. How much of finances do you need, Matt? Where are you? 275. Let's make it 300. Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Okay, let's do that. Let's just change his transfer to 300, just so that we don't screw this up later. Because we forget this and screw it up, man, he's gonna be hating us forever. Yep, let's do that. Let's confirm. What is the must respond thing? Okay, I think I'm done. Lautaro Martinez. So they finally came back with this, and they are asking for 57 million. Previously, I negotiated up to 84. Now it has gone up even further. I see. So they want a high fee at the start, but I don't need this anymore because I got a better striker, and I've already signed a contract with him. You know what? Let's lock this and ask them to suggest the terms. They'll change a bunch of things. Value goes up to 120 million. I think this is fine. Percentage of profit from the next sale. If he scores 50 goals, so 2 season striker value. Let's make this 20 mil. Let's make this 10 mil. Per league appearance for the first 10 games. Nah, let's move this. After 50 games, I make this 10 mil. How about that? Oh, they're pretty determined, huh? Nah, you know what? Forget it. Raul Moro. Oh, that's nice. They accepted the request for this guy. Sure, I'll do it. Can I make you a youngster first, and then a future prospect, and then a breakthrough? Is that okay? Find a loan move. We'll think about that. I think that's okay. Negotiate the contract. Ask Edwards to suggest. Let's drop this a little bit. You want you want 30k increment in just 1 season. Pretty insane, huh, these people? Optional extension for up to 3 years. Yes, just drop this. Is that okay? Okay then, let's finalize it. Sure. Lucas Stevenson is injured. 5 weeks. Wow. Oh, it's gotta hurt. Okay, all right. So we dragged this long enough. We have reached our first Premier League match. Uh, Tottenham made an offer. Okay, making an offer for other people. Okay, that's fine. Eduardo Camavinga. They're back with Eduardo Camavinga. What is the previous offer? 70 mil. Now it's 95. I gave 30. They've increased literally everything. 30. I'm pretty fixed on that. 40, 20. I make the offer, just bounce it back to them and let them decide. 70 million for Kamavinga is still a steal. Sports scientist. Okay, that's cool. Firmino is British citizen. Excellent. Okay. Sure. Let's ask him to recommend a signing. Normally, when you ask them to recommend a signing, nothing happens, but sometimes someone comes back. Sure, why not? I'm not gonna be joining City games. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, okay, it's pretty cool. First match. Nat Phillips, Tom Clayton, Oscar Kelly. Just apply the recommended action first. Recruitment meeting. Okay, let's attend the meeting. Happy to deal with this transfer window. Let's just tell them that so that they know that I'm working on things. Because this essentially is useful if you're not doing what I just did, like getting transfers in, getting transfers out. So this is like a guide to help you. But yeah, I pretty much know what I'm doing. So how about a transfer offer of 42 million? And it's not negotiable. I'm negotiating a non-negotiable offer. Zerdan Shaqiri. They are offering 33.5 million, which is the exact value of the player. Uh, After a league appearance of 30 games and per league appearance for 10 games, I want some cash. I want 5 mil and I want 100,000, which will come up to another 1 mil. I want this to be 30 mil. And yeah, I think that's better. 46. How about that? 28-year-old center back, 37-year-old veteran, 38, 18-year-old center back. Real Madrid wants Loris Karius. Really? I'll be more than glad to offload this guy. Alright, I think I can pump this up just a little bit, right? Just to get the value. Nope. Hamburger SV. Okay, nice. Mane is a British citizen. That's pretty cool. Right, so yep, I'm gonna have to end this here. So that's it from me. This has been a long ass episode. I just wanted to come back to Football Manager, and I thought I'll bring you guys together with me and on the ride, and just want to show you guys what I normally do preseason and all the way until I build up to the first match. And I really like this database. It's an excellent database. For those of you guys who want to find it by yourselves, I will leave a link in the description, and I think that's the best way for me to help you. And you guys should check it out. It's a database with all the latest records. As you can see, Messi is already in PSG, and a lot of players, what do you call these potentials, have been updated quite clearly. Especially how I think Firmino's potential has been reduced quite a bit, and Curtis Jones' potential has gone up almost to the likes of Roberto Firmino, which is insane. Elliot's potential has gone up insane. And yeah, there's been quite a number of changes as I've noticed in terms of potential, which makes it a little bit more interesting as well. So yeah, that's it. See you guys in the next one. Adios, guys.